Hello students, this is Alisha, mathematics teacher, and in this video we are going to start with a new chapter, that is measures of time. So now in this chapter we are going to see how to read the time. We are going to understand the importance of time. Now in the first slide, now you can see there are different routines. One you can see is at 8 o'clock in the morning. Here the first picture, you can see a small boy. He's going to school. That is at 8 o'clock in the morning. After that, 1 o'clock in the afternoon, you can see he is having his lunch. 6 o'clock in the evening, here he is playing. And 10 o'clock at night, he is off to sleep. Now, by looking at this picture, you can understand that how much important the time is. You understand that in the morning, you have to go to school. At 1 o'clock around, you have to have your lunch. In the evening, you have to play at around 6 o'clock. And in the night, you have to sleep at around 10 o'clock. So this is why the time is important. It helps us to do our daily activities, and it helps us to manage all our activities that we do daily. We sit to study, we go to school, we have our lunch, we have our dinner, we have our time to play, we go to sleep. So this is how time helps us to arrange and to manage all our activities. That is why time is very important in our daily life. Now, let's have a look. Here you can see a clock. Now, the first thing you can see is this. This is called the clock face. So the front part that you can see here, this is known as the clock face. Next you have is numbers here. You have from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So there are 12 clock numbers. So they are known as clock numbers. After that, you see this long hand. This is known as a minute hand. And this shorter one is known as an hour hand. Now if you see the length of this both, this yellow one, that is the minute hand, is a longer one. It reaches this number, whereas the short hand is a hour hand, which is a bit shorter from the minute hand. So therefore the shorter one, you always remember, this is very helpful for you all. The short one is the hour hand and the minute one is the longer hand. So this is the basic clock on which we look at the time. So these are the clock numbers. This is the clock face. The shorter hand is the hour hand and the longer hand is the minute hand. So here also, if you can see, this shorter hand here is the hour hand and the longer hand here is the minute hand. Now the hour hand takes 1 hour to move from one number to the other number. Read again. The hour hand takes 1 hour to move from one number to the other number. Now remember, the hour hand is the short one and the minute one is the long hand. So it is saying that the hour hand. Now let's have a look. The hour hand is this one. The shorter one you can see here, which is pointing towards 1. And this is the longer one. So this is the minute hand. So it is saying that the hour hand takes 1 hour to move from one number to the other. That means to move from 1 to 2, this hand takes 1 hour. So that is why it is said that it takes 12 hours to complete one round of the clock. That means to complete, for this hand to complete full round of the clock, it takes 12 hours. So here you can see, to move one hand from 1 to 2, it will take 1 hour. So in the same way, to move on 3, then 4, then 5, then 6 and so on till 12, it will take 12 complete hours. Now we are going to study full hour or o'clock time. When the time is in full hours, the minute hand is at 12. That means when the time is in full hours or when it is a specific time, that is in the first one, if you can see, it is 4 o'clock. Now why it is 4 o'clock? Because the short hand is facing 4, that is the hour hand, and the minute hand is facing 12. So whenever the minute hand is facing 12, it is known as full hour or it is known as o'clock time. So how do you call it? 4 o'clock, or you write it as 4 o'clock. you can write it any which ways. You can write it 4 o'clock, you can write it o'clock or 4, and you can put 00. So this is known as full hour or o'clock time. Next picture you can see here. The minute hand is at 12, short hand is at 6, or hour hand is at 6. So therefore the time is 6 o'clock. Again, in the next one, you can see the short hand is at 10, or the hour hand is at 10, and the minute hand is at 12. So therefore it is 10 o'clock. And the next one, you can see both the hands are at 12. They are pointing towards 12. So therefore it is 12 o'clock. So remember, in full hour or o'clock time, when the time is in full hours, the minute hand is at 12. Always remember, whenever the minute hand is at 12, the time is full hour or o'clock time. Next is half hour or half past time. When the time is given in half hours, the minute hand is at 6. Now whenever the minute hand, that is again the longer hand, is at 6, it is half hour or half past time. So now in the first picture you can see the minute hand is here at 6 and the shorter hand is between 3 and 4. So it is 3 half past 3 or 3:30. Remember, it is half past 3 or 3:30. Now why 3:30 I will be explaining you further in the next part. But remember, whenever it is at 6, the minute hand, it is half past or 3:30. The shorthand is in between 3 and 4. So always take the earlier number. So it is 3. So 3, and whenever the minute hand is at 6, you have to take 3:30. Next one, the minute hand is again at 6 and the short hand or the hour hand is between 2 and 3. So what we will take? 2. So the time is half past 2. That means this minute hand has crossed half and is yet to cross more half of the clock. So therefore we call it half past. That means it is past half of the clock. For 2, so half past 2 or 2:30. That means it was already 2:30 and after that means it was already 2 o'clock and after 2 o'clock it has passed half. So again now after passing more half, the time is going to be 3 o'clock. This hour hand will move on 3. So before that it comes 2:30. So half past 2 or 2:30. Next one. The hour hand is between 9 and 10 and the minute hand is at 6. So the time will be half past 9 or 9:30. And the next one is the number is between the hour hand is between 12 and 1 and the minute hand is at 6. So the time is 12:30 or half past 12. This is how you read half hour or half past 12. So remember, for full hour or for o'clock, the minute hand has to be on 12, and for half hour or half past time, the minute hand has to be on 6. These are two things that you have to remember. Now the next one is quarter hours. When the minute hand is at 3, the time is read as quarter past. It means the minute has covered 15 minutes. Now let's take an example here. It is said when the minute hand is at 3. So let's see, the minute hand here is at 3. The time is read as quarter past. It means the minute has covered 15 minutes. So here what is the time showing you is 12:15. So this is known as quarter past 12. That means only quarter has passed. Earlier we did half past because the minute had passed half till 6, but here it has passed only quarter, that is this much. So therefore you call it as quarter past 12 or 12:15. Again, this 12:15 thing I will be explaining it to you in the further part. But remember, it is quarter past 12 or 12:15. Next example you can take here. Again, the minute hand is at 3 and the hour hand is just crossed a little bit of 5. So here the time will be quarter past 5 or 5:15. Quarter past 5, that means from 12 to 3 it has taken quarter time, that means 15 minutes. So you can see 15 minutes or quarter past 5. Next, when the minute hand points at 9, the time is read as quarter to. It means the minute hand has covered 45 minutes. Now again taking an example, you can see here the minute hand is at 9 and the hour hand is between 2 and 3. It is just reaching 3. That means now the time is going to be 3 o'clock. So after this hand reaches here, the time will be 3 o'clock. But before 3 o'clock, this time is read as quarter to 3 or 2:45. Why quarter to 3? Because there is quarter time left for 3 o'clock. So you call it as quarter to 3 or 2:45. And the next one here is the minute hand is at 9 and the hour hand is reaching 9. So therefore quarter to 9. That means for 9 o'clock there is quarter time left, or you also call it 8:45. Again, this 8:45 part I will be explaining it to you further. Remember this, that is more important, that is quarter to 9. You have to remember this. So quarter to 9 means this is quarter part that is left for 9 o'clock. This was all about quarter hours. One is quarter past, another one is quarter to. Next video we will continue with this chapter. Thank you.